Hi everyone, I have an insight that came from Psalms 25 verse 20. And I'm going to read that verse really quick and share the insight that I got from that verse. And the verse says, and this is the New King James Version, "Keep my soul and deliver me. Let me not be ashamed, for I put my trust in you." And the insight that I got was that, isn't it interesting how sin and someone else's decisions to be wicked and harm you can make you bear that shame unjustly, but still send you down the path of destruction to the point you need deliverance? Sin is like the flu. And so entering into the Lord's presence, infirmity cannot exist in his rest and healing. And I thought that was such an interesting insight, because even if you're not necessarily making the decisions to end up in that, you can still bear the shame of someone else. And there's countless biblical examples of what that looks like. And then the shame that you're bearing, other people are defining you as. That is now your label. That is now who you are. That is now your story. And you can be seen as nothing else but just that shame that was done unto you, either by someone's hurtful actions, behaviors, or words. So I thought that was a really interesting insight. The Lord just kind of in my spirit when I was reading that, because he was showing that where the world gives shame, and shame begets shame, right? Sin begets sin. So it's almost like we're in this cycle, and people are doing these things over and over again. Whether you're making a decision or somebody else making a decision for you, here we are all walking around just full of sin, weighed down in burdens, to the point where you need deliverance. Because deliverance is a real thing. For those who don't agree that even believers have to go through a sequence of deliverance sessions, or self-deliverance if you don't go to a deliverance ministry, it's a real thing, because you have to get those things broken off. Because in the way that the Lord has things set up, and it's mentioned in the Old Testament, he visits the sins of the father onto the children. So you could be actively navigating life right now through a generational curse you had no idea even existed, but yet the outcome is the same. But that's a whole nother topic. The point is, the Lord is trying to say, be encouraged that in his presence, right, when you enter into his rest, when you enter into his presence, he will clean you off. He will purge you. He will give you the identity he always created you to have before the world came in and said, you have no second chances. This is just who you are and how you must live, or I'm going to tear down everything that you're trying to do to better yourself and put you back down to square one, so that you can't even think you can overcome it. And God's like, listen, shame is kind of almost in a way of infirmity, can't exist in my presence, like at all. Come rest in me and let me build you up and set you on a hill as my light, to show you and to show the world that you were not what they wrote you off to be. So I hope that leaves you feeling encouraged. You're not alone. We're all going through it, or have gone through it. But just know the solution to that is, you don't have to stay in that. God sees that even if it's not something that you did, but other people are like blaming you for it, or you just seem to find yourself in this tornado of like that same cycle. God is like, and I'm gonna read it again, verse 20, "Keep my soul and deliver me. Let me not be ashamed, for I put my trust in you." You will not be ashamed. Put your trust in God. Go rest in him, and he will keep your soul. And because he's keeping your soul, he's going to deliver you. Be encouraged.